Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
I don't have anything funny or whimsical to say today. Not that last week was whimsical. I thought my son had a lip. No. This week he just busted his lip open again. So, yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
My daughter's legs look like she's just like kicking trees all day because she is a fucking little tomboy. She's just always falling and smashing into shit. Yeah. So I hear you. She hasn't busted her lip yet, so I guess I got that going for me.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Trying to put on?
Not paying attention.
Just
like his mama. No. No, he just wasn't paying attention. Eating applesauce. Like, pick your feet up.
Eating applesauce. Almost broke my leg.
Dragging his feet. Pick your feet up, boy.
Do you yell at him and call him boy?
I call him boy sometime.
Yeah, that seems.
He needs to know he's a boy.
Yeah, that's titular dad.
Yeah, you're not a man. Get out of here.
No, you're not. You're a kid. All right. So let's get right into it. Checked out this week. You and I both watched, at least I watched 1.5 episodes of that damn Michael Che. I don't know how much you watched.
I watched all of it.
How many episodes is it?
6.
Okay.
6 half-hour episodes. Look, Michael Che is, I think Michael Che is a bit of a polarizing figure. Even amongst us, you know, the black community.
I'll say this. I like Michael Che a lot. He's got some slight Hotep adjacent kind of views, like about some things where I go, okay, like, or like conspiratorial kind of things that kind of like annoy me. But all in all, I'm a Michael Che fan. Like, I think he's a good stand-up.
I think he's a good stand-up. I think he's co-writer for Saturday Night Live, and him and Colin Jost. And head writer, which is the first for a black person. I think he's the first black person to like be a head of a writer on SNL. And I think he is pretty funny. He is, but he is not like he is very much a center guy, I would presume.
Yeah, he is
amongst the political alignment.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And I know some people can't deal with that, right?
Yeah.
You're either all or nothing, right? And that's not him. So if you're one of those people that thinks that everything is all or nothing when it comes to like important things, you might not like this. But if you are the type of person that like keeps a bit of an open mind and enjoys the weekend update segment of Saturday Night Live now, especially at the end of the year when they joke swap and tell each other their jokes, you'll probably like this. It's a sketch comedy show that deals with everything, right? Like race mostly.
Yeah, like each episode is about one overarching topic.
Yeah, and you know, he comes in with his points of view on things, and but it's a very unique sketch show, and I dig it. I liked it enough I sat there and watched all six episodes back to back. Okay. It's not going to be for everybody. I'm telling you that right now. It's just not. But I liked it. They have a lot of guest stars. Mm-hmm. Omari Hardwick, Jeffrey Owens, Godfrey, Billy Porter. Billy Porter's hilarious. Method Man. A lot of people are guest starring in this. Some folks from Saturday Night Live. If you can get through the first episode, I think a lot of people will get through the first episode. If you can get through the second episode, then you'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, I didn't finish the second episode, not because I wasn't enjoying, just time. But yeah, I thought the first episode was really good, and I was enjoying the second one just as much. It's like the Chappelle Show, but more focused, if that makes sense. Like, he's not as funny as Chappelle is. Like, I don't think so, but it has a more clear agenda of like, this is the topic, and I'm going to give you like a bunch of different aspects like on said topic. But I liked it. Like, the first one is just about policing, and it has this whole thing with him in an elevator, you know, with this well-meaning white woman, like liberal white woman, and it just kind of devolves from there, right? She's got like a Black Lives Matter thing. She's got a all cops are bastards pin, and you know, he's like, oh, what's ACAB stand for? She's like, oh, it means all cops are bastards. He goes, yeah, my brother's a cop. And his brother is a cop. Like, that's true. Cause he's mentioned that before. And she's like, well, how could a black man want to do that? And it's like, why are you telling a black man what he can and cannot do for a job? Like, he's like, it's a job. It's like, it's a dangerous job. And I don't fuck with cops, but it's still a job. Like, that's what he want to do. Like, you know, you can't blame people for shit like that, right? So it actually ends up being a lot more thoughtful than it first appears from just a comedy standpoint. So
yeah,
I dig it. And that's on HBO Max. If folks want to check it out. There is also a review as you're listening to this or watching it. There's a review for Spiral from the Book of Saw. That's Chris Rock's new entry into the Saw franchise. I interviewed James on that. He saw it. So check out that review. Again, it'll be up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Nerdpocalypse, or the Coming Distractions podcast feed. You can check it out there.
I'm rooting for that movie.
Right.
But I've been hearing some not so good. I haven't listened to James's review yet, but I'm not hearing good things. So we'll see. The Saw franchise is
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, right? Like, the story is so convoluted, and just I had to watch a recap. I watched a 10-minute recap of the entire Saw franchise.
Oh, send me that. Please send me that. All if right. You can find it.
I'll send it to you. Yeah. And they had to start with Saw 4. That's how ridiculous the timeline is.
Well, is that like a prequel or something? Like a weird prequel?
No, it goes back and tries to retroactively explain certain things.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And like, they didn't have a plan, right? Like,
no, hell no. They did the first one. They were like, oh shit, people liked it? All right. Needles?
It's crazy. But the thing with Saw has devolved into a torture porn franchise.
Right.
And that's all I want that's all I really need. I need a story that's like coherent enough. I'm used to incoherent stories in the Saw franchise.
Yeah.
But I want inventive kills. I want inventive.
That's all you care about.
That's all I really want.
I remember.
I need to study. I mean, to watch this for entertainment purposes only.
Okay. Let your pig mask slip there for a second. Yeah, I remember meeting a guy who was like, oh, I love the Saw movies. They're amazing. I was like, they're amazing? Relax. And he was like, as an engineer, I respect them so much. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So that explains a lot about your comments. So check out the review for Spiral. So I watched the first episode and a half of Netflix's new superhero series, Jupiter's Legacy, which is based on the Mark Millar comic of the same name. I want to say that the reviews have been split, but that's not really true. I think the reviews have been split amongst like regular folks, but not amongst critics. And I'm going to go ahead and side with the critics on this one. I think Jupiter's Legacy is a piece of garbage. And I don't think it's good at all. I'm going to use Rotten Tomatoes to prove my point as people do, as a 38% Rotten Tomatoes score. But it has a 74% audience score, so that is something. So you might like it. I'm not going to tell people not to watch it. So The series logline is, after nearly a century of keeping mankind safe, the world's first generation of superheroes must look to their children to continue their legacy. But tensions rise as the young superheroes, hungry to prove their worth, struggle to live up to their parents' legendary public reputations. I don't care for this show. I thought it was, I thought the acting was really bad. Like within the first 3 minutes of the show, I thought the acting was pretty bad. I'm not a fan of the costuming. I think the costuming, is the second worst part of the show. And I think the makeup is the worst. Like, it is awful. I am a person who believes that if you're going to have older characters, just hire older people to play them. That's not unheard of. Like, you can do that. And just, hire a fucking nobody to play them younger. Like, it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. They're not going to be that character. They're not going to be young the entire series. They're old most of the series.
Doesn't the series kind of like equally bounce between old and young? I have no idea. I've never read the book.
Not the first 1.5 episodes. Look, that might be true in episode 3. I don't know. I couldn't make it that far. Look, I'm a fan of good writing. And I'm a fan of good acting, and this possessed neither of those. Not to be a dick, but I just don't find the premise that interesting. Like, I just don't find the premise, like, these superheroes are getting older. Oh, my son will carry on the legacy. Is he up to the task? I've seen this 1,000 times, and it's particularly not interesting. Now, I know some people who watched it really loved it. Like, again, I'm not gonna shit on like them for not liking it. However, I will say this. It wouldn't be my review if I didn't say this. I don't know how y'all niggas defend that fight at the end of that first episode. Like, don't defend that to me. Micah, I clipped it out because I told Mike, I was like, I need you to watch this. I knew he wasn't. I knew he wasn't gonna watch it.
I wasn't gonna watch it.
No, so I clipped it out. I made a clip, and I sent it to him. I was like, now you don't even have to fast forward. Just watch this. It don't even have the audio, just the video. No, I mean, look, you tell me. Am I wrong, or did that look like garbage?
So I'm getting ready to watch it again, and at first, I thought I was watching like some remake of the Snyder Cut. I was like, "What? Who is this Darkseid looking dude? Like, why does Darkseid look like that?"
Right. That's exactly what he looks like.
And I'm looking, and I'm like, "Oh, this is Jupiter's Legacy, right?" And I'm not terribly impressed with what I see. I don't know if this person is supposed to be old, like an old man, but he doesn't look like an old man. The choreography is not. It's not really. I'm not terribly impressed by it. What this invoked to me. No offense to the people who do this, but this invoked a LARPing session. And look, I'm not mad at you. I'm not shitting on people who LARP. I'm shitting on the production of this looking like
it looks low budget. It looks incredibly low budget.
And look, maybe it's because I am incredibly spoiled with all of these movies. Like these movies are phenomenal, and maybe I'm not being fair to this, but no, I wasn't terribly impressed. Look, I might check out the first episode. But I got other stuff that I got to catch up on first, right? Like I still haven't watched The Witcher yet. I got to watch that.
Yeah, you really need to watch The Witcher before you watch this.
Yeah. So, the costuming, I guess the costumes look like they do in the book, but here's the thing. The first Captain America movie illustrated this the best. Sometimes comic accurate costumes just don't work.
They don't.
And I don't. Look. I don't know what the book looks like. I've seen like covers. The art is beautiful. But like the one-to-one translation of some of these costumes now, they're kind of hit or miss. And I'm including like I know everybody likes Sam's Cap outfit, but I got issues with it, mainly from a design aesthetic, like period, like just the actual design, not necessarily the live action version of it, but the actual design of it looks kind of weird to me. Never been a huge fan, but anyway, I think that looking at this fight, I think that this series would be better served being animated.
Probably.
With animation, you can there's an implicit bias that kind of kicks in, right?
You allow for certain things.
Right. And you can do more with animation. Like you can do more. Everything looks like it should belong in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when it's animated, you can obviously tell special effects, but like that old age makeup wouldn't look like old age makeup.
Right. You let it go. It'd just be an old guy.
It would just be an old guy or an old girl. So, look, I don't know what to say about this thing, man. I've seen a couple people who say that this is pretty good, but I've seen too many that just say, nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, look, it's probably going to get a season 2. I mean, folks seem pretty happy.
Mark Millar has a deal with Netflix to put a bunch of his books out on Netflix.
Yep.
I'm assuming something like Nemesis will be there eventually. What do you think about Nemesis getting the Netflix treatment? Because if that's the case, I don't know if I want to see it.
Here's the thing.
Like, I'm looking at these costumes and I'm like, Nemesis looks ridiculous, right? Like he's in all white. He's got a cape. Like it kind of looks like what some of these things would be.
Yeah, I feel like Nemesis needs to have a movie budget. Like I really do. I feel like even if it's a low movie budget, like a movie budget though, or just better costuming. Like I don't know who did the costuming for this. I'm just not impressed with it. Like it feels, Demetrius, who's been on the show, obviously, who's in the network, was like he really likes the costumes. And I said I thought it looked like bad cosplay, and he was like, no, he's like he really liked it. And I told him, and I'll be 100% honest, because I hate giving that nigga credit for anything. All of you. I hate all giving you credit for anything. I've seen him do better cosplay, in my opinion, than the costumes look in this. I just don't think they look very good. I think they look very cheap. And I don't know what the budget for this show is. I don't really even care. But it's just not for me. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to tell people not to watch it. I'm just going to say it's not for me. There's something else I will tell people not to watch, but that's later in the show. And I didn't give a fuck about that movie so much that I forgot the biggest trailer this week. I almost forgot to put it on the docket until just a moment ago.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to tell people not to see that. I literally forgot about it.
I totally forgot that trailer came out.
That's a major movie. Yeah, that's a major comic movie. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. People are gonna go see that. All right, next up.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm so glad I caught that. I was like,
yeah, people would be like, what the fuck? I waited all week to hear your opinion on this. Sorry.
My bad. But we got it. I remembered. All right, let's jump right into Lightning Round.
Oh shit.
That's hilarious.
Regina King is set to direct Bitterroot, an adaptation of the Image comic series for Legendary Pictures. Legendary's closed the deal for Regina King to direct and produce feature film adaptation of Bitterroot, the acclaimed Image comic, created by David F. Walker and Sanford Green, and indie vet Chuck Brown. She will also produce with a bunch of other people. The story is set during the vibrant Harlem Renaissance of 1924, when a fractured family of once great monster hunters faces an unimaginable evil that descends upon New York City. For generations, the sangrias, for generations, the sangrias have hunted and cured those infected by a supernatural force that feeds off the prejudice of the era. Okay.
Those are some serious monsters.
Traumatizing transforming human beings into hideous monsters. With most of the family dead and the surviving sangrias, I don't know how to pronounce their names, at odds between saving or killing the creatures, they must overcome the wounds of the past in hopes of thwarting an invasion. That sounds super interesting.
Yeah, Bitterroot is a pretty good comic. The little of it I read, I did enjoy it.
All right. Look, I enjoyed One Night in Miami.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm very curious to see where Regina King goes in this next phase of her career. Being a director.
Like, is she gonna, like, it's wild. Like, is she gonna become like a real formidable black director? Like, that's kind of dope. Like, what a hell of a career she's had.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's really turned it on. I mean, she's always been good, and then like really turned it on. I thought in the sort of these latter years, like really has gotten some like really great parts where she could really dig into and stuff like that. Because for a long time in her career, she did good parts, but she was always like, because sexism, like relegated to roles where it's like she's the attractive woman going through, XYZ, right? Where like Watchmen, she got to really kind of dig into that character, and it was like really good writing and stuff like that. And then for her to then transition into directing in her first movie, get all of this acclaim it's awesome. Like, it's really cool. And she's still pretty young. Like she's got
50.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50 is not old.
It's not old.
It's
like,
not.
Like she's got a lot of her career. I mean, fuck, we were talking about a Paul Verhoeven movie. Was he 110?
And Regina King is one of those people that's always been kind of under the radar. I'm going to go down a few of her film credits, and you tell me if you've heard of them. Right. And this is this film, okay? Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Friday, Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Jerry Maguire, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Enemy of the States, Mighty Joe Young, Love and Action in Chicago. I don't know what that is. That's Down to Earth. I'll skip Truth Be Told. Daddy Daycare, Legally Blonde 2, A Cinderella Story, Ray, Miss Congeniality, The Ant Bully, Year of the Dog, This Christmas, Our Family Wedding. So for me, in the mid 2000s, she kind of fell off. But she came back in 2018 with If Beale Street Could Talk, yep, and The Harder They Fall, and that's just her movie credits. She's got a ton of TV credits.
No, she's got a lot. She's been on TV since she was on 227 from 85 to 90.
Yeah. Northern Exposure. I remember Northern Exposure.
Damn, I didn't know black people was on that show.
I mean, neither. New York Undercover, Living Single. If These Walls Could Talk Too. I don't know what that is. She was in 24.
Didn't know that.
In season 6. Look.
Oh, she was on The Strain? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she's not new to this. And this is I didn't know she had so many director credits to her name too. She's got a lot of TV director credits.
Yeah.
And so look, she's always been great.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt that it's just so weird, right? Because like you said, she was on 227 back in 85. I've always seen Regina King.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, she had everything. Yo, she had a hell of a run from like in movies from 1991 to 1998. Those are like all hits, except for Rituals, which I have no idea what that is. Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, Higher Learning, Friday, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Jerry Maguire, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, and Enemy of the State. Those are all hits. All of them. Like, that's crazy. That's a hell of a run, man. Hell of a run. So good for her. I look forward to watching this.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep.
Next up, Enola Holmes sequel is in the works with Millie Bobby Brown and Henry, the most handsome Sherlock Holmes ever, Cavill, set to return. Get the fuck out of here, Chad. Sherlock Holmes looks like that. Are you serious?
Like Robert Downey Jr. is like, whoa. Relax. How dare you?
Look, apparently this movie was really good.
I haven't seen it. It's on my list of things to see. I love Sherlock Holmes stories. And like, I like Millie Bobby Brown. Like, I think she's good on Stranger Things. So yeah, I wanted to check this out. This looks fun.
Yeah. I was surprised at the accolades that this movie was getting.
Yeah, people really liked it.
People really dug it. So I might have to go back and check it out.
All right. Yeah, no, it's definitely one I want to watch. So I'm glad to hear that a movie that people liked is getting a sequel. That's great. Like, I'm excited for all of you guys when Jupiter's Legacy Season 2 comes out. I'm happy for you. I ain't gonna watch it, but I'm happy for you.
Speaking of movies getting sequels, movies that everybody likes getting sequels. Knives Out 2. They're pulling out all the stuff. They're getting a bunch of stars to be in this.
Well, they got mad money to do these sequels.
Apparently, Catherine Hahn, Janelle Monáe, Edward Norton, and Dave Bautista are all going to be in Knives Out 2. I'm so curious about this. So the first Knives Out was its own story, right? And it's about a genius detective, right? But the hook with Knives Out was, who the killer is.
Right.
And it's interesting to you having that knowledge, watch the detective figure out what is really going on. And I'm just so curious how they're going to do Knives Out 2, right? Because you can't necessarily do the same thing, right?
No, you can't.
You gotta, expectations have been subverted. How are you going to do that again? And look, people give Rian Johnson crap because they didn't like a good Star Wars movie.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
But look, man, that guy, he knows what he's doing. And I've seen enough of his movies, and every movie that I've seen that he's done, I either liked or really loved.
Right.
I'm a Last Jedi apologist. I don't mind my expectations being subverted. What I do mind is them being reverted back to status quo in the next movie.
Yo, niggas shit all over his movie, and then they redid it. They just retconned everything and ruined it. Like, be careful what you ask for.
I would love to see. Is he still doing his? I remember they were going to give him a trilogy, a Star Wars trilogy.
I don't know. If I was him, I'm not sure I'd want to do it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I would like. Look at the fan reactions. You really want to go through this shit again?
Yeah.
Told you, yo.
Yeah, no, I really dug The Last Jedi. I think it's the best of those three.
Easily.
It's funny enough, they each follow the same trajectory as the 70s and 80s versions, where the first one in that trilogy is pretty good. The dark middle chapter is really good. And then for me, the last one just kind of fell off a cliff.
I think Return of the Jedi is better than.
Well, absolutely, Return of the Jedi is better than Episode 9. I'm just saying, I'm comparing those
within the trilogy. No, I know. I just want to shit on that last Star Wars movie. Oh, they definitely should retcon everything he did. They did. Did you like it? Yeah. It wasn't good.
They're just gonna blame. Well, no, they just blame the movie. Well, you shouldn't have did all that in the first place.
Nope. No.
The one thing about that Last Jedi thing was the side quest. That whole side quest could have been taken out. That'd have been the perfect Star Wars movie for me.
Here's the thing. I don't disagree with you. I think it follows the same as Empire Strikes Back. I don't think look, this might be blasphemous. I don't think the Cloud City side story is that fucking interesting. I don't. The only cool part is when Vader shows up and you're like, oh shit, son. Like, that's it. Nobody cares about. No one gives a fuck. Yes, you like Billy D. Williams. What about the Sky Cloud City or whatever is interesting? What part in that is interesting?
Maybe that was the point, to lull you into
sleep,
false sense of yeah, and then wake your ass up.
Oh shit, Vader's here. Like, but that's the thing. It's not. It wasn't. It was a side quest that I don't. At least, again, that's my opinion. Like, you don't need to comment and tell me how stupid I am. I mean, you can. It's fine. It's engagement. But like, I just don't think it's that great of a side quest, and I don't think this one was either. Because you want the main story, but they got to give the other characters something to do. Like, they meet in the first one, right? You got all your wayward heroes. They all meet in the first one. They realize their goal, right? They fight together at the end. They realize their goal. They all go their separate ways in the second one, to then realize that in order to really end the villain's plans, they all got to get together in the third movie. That's the trajectory of all of those movies. It's exactly the same. That's why the second movie, while having a really strong story, the side quest isn't as good, because you miss the team. You miss the team. That's the point. And the third movie is to bring the team back together so you can go, oh, the team's back together. That's the fucking point. That's called writing. Like, they do it on purpose. That is the point. Now, the side quest could be stronger. It just never has been. This hasn't been. Right. Somebody asked me, I don't want to give his government name, but Guy Michael on Twitter said that our point that we made last week about how Clone Wars and, the Bad Batch and stuff like that are making, are retroactively improving the prequel movies. Did we think that down the line, Disney would release an animated series retroactively fixing this second trilogy? Or excuse me, I guess the third trilogy.
The third trilogy.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't know how they would do it, right? With the Clone Wars being what they were, like, it's an era in time that you can tell multiple stories to kind of flesh out the universe more, right?
Right. You just you didn't see enough in the prequels.
Right.
That was the problem.
Right. Like all the politics stuff is interesting, but one, it felt like it came out of nowhere, and I guess it really did. But no, it's just kind of like all of it in there, and it's real ham-fisted, and it didn't have room to breathe. Whereas the Clone Wars give all of that stuff room to breathe, right. Even like with filler episodes and stuff like that. Like, it gives all of that room to breathe. It makes it a world, right? I don't know how you do that with this, because it's like there's this thing in video game role-playing games that is certain games try to make like these epic stakes, right? Like there's this imminent threat that's about to destroy the universe, Mass Effect, and we got to get everybody to come and stop the evil, right? But we got time to do all this side stuff. Like, no, that doesn't work, right? Like, it kills the pacing, it lessens the urgency,
right?
So I feel like that would be the issue if they had like a series around the last trilogy.
Yeah, it would be tough because you're right. Like things happen really fast, right? Like it's not 30 years in between. It's like it's a war going on in the other trilogy. Like you can just side note to those kind of things.
And here's the thing. Here's why The Last Jedi is great. And if The Last Jedi happened and Episode 9 didn't happen, you could start. You remember the last shot in The Last Jedi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that they wrecked.
Kid. The broom kid.
Yep.
The kid who was able to move that broom with the Force, or what we think is the Force. Like this kid might be Force sensitive. The whole series could have been about trying to find Force sensitive beings to rebuild the Jedi, Order.
That was actually the point. Like it was like, yeah. And they just wrecked it, dude. They just wrecked it.
And it's just like, nope, you're not a Skywalker. Fuck you. Like, come on, yo.
Yeah. Again, go back and watch all those YouTube videos where everybody said The Last Jedi is the worst Star Wars film. It destroyed the whole thing. You sure about that? Because it actually gave way to what the universe was. Like all of Rian Johnson's ideas for what the rest of the trilogy was going to be like. What Colin Trevorrow's, because his movie was supposed to be the next one. And so it was supposed to fit right after The Last Jedi, right? It was supposed to lock into what Rian Johnson had set up. They had like, the Empire was basically like executing people and like, it was like a big fucking deal. All of that gone to make it what it was, which was to hyper focus, like take all of that you open the world up to and then hyper focus it down to Rey and Ben, which is fine. But then it's like, and then the Emperor's back. What? Why?
Why go play Fortnite to find out why? What? Like that doesn't make sense. Yeah. God damn it, dude.
Yeah, they wasted it. And they did the thing that Marvel doesn't do. And they did, and now I think they've learned that lesson. You don't move your chess pieces based on insane fan reactions. You don't do that. Like the one thing that Marvel does is like, oh, you didn't like that thing? All right, we got a story to tell. We're going to tell that story. We'll see if you like it at the end, right? You can go back and watch people say, oh, I didn't care for X. I didn't care for Y. I don't like the way they did this. I don't like the way they did that. And then as the shit progressed, they go, oh, okay, yeah, all right, I get it. Yeah, the story is not finished. Finish the story. Don't do a 180 in the middle of your storytelling. That's insane. Also, they kind of didn't fully have things fleshed out. Like, you don't start filming a trilogy if you don't know what the end definitively is. Right? You can't be like, well, we're going to think about this. Oh, we're think you don't do that. That's not how, like, come on, dude. Who writes shit like that? They did that in the original Star Wars, but right. But that was not like.
They didn't think it was going to happen.
Right. They did that be like, oh shit, people like this. Okay. All right. Fuck it. Let's just make a universe. But like, you don't do that in the modern era. Like you don't. You have that shit planned out. Money is already spent and you go, this is what we're going to do. They didn't do that. They tried to build the plane while flying it. And then when they got a bad reaction from the louder people online, they immediately went, turn the plane around, go the other way. And that's a disaster. So no, I will defend The Last Jedi as being the best movie in that trilogy by far. Like the first movie's fine. The Force Awakens is fine.
The first movie is exactly what it needed to be to get you back into the Star Wars feel.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody was like, this didn't do anything new. This is basically A New Hope. But
I really like it.
But I really like it. I mean, it was, so what's the end weapon? Star Killer. What's it do? It's a planet-sized weapon that destroys. It's the same, nigga. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, and it's fine. Like I wasn't even mad about it. Like you got a new villain who looks like Vader, right? But you know he's tied to Vader. You got a new hero. You know you got your Han, your Luke. You know like yeah, and your Leia. Like you have the characters that you have. So like that all made sense. The second movie was like, now let's go forward. Like people were more, and this is how I know people are like just so full of shit. You had more people complaining about that one actress is having purple hair. They're like, oh, there's some liberal woman. Cause like they were more focused on that than the fact that she had one of the most baller ass fucking moments in all of Star Wars history.
Well, I think it's because,
like, come on, man.
There's, I mean, it's a little more than purple hair, right? Like it's why is this woman talking down to our male hero?
Yeah. She was in charge of him.
Right. But why didn't she just tell him the plan though? Why didn't she just do it? Well, you go to your boss and go to your boss and say, hey, why don't you just tell me what you're planning on doing?
Yeah. Shut up.
Get out of here, man. It's the military, yo. It's the military.
Yeah. That's not how it works.
Like if that character was a dude and did the exact same thing,
no issue,
and had that kick-ass death scene, he'd be a hero, right? He would be a fan favorite.
But by the way, people allow themselves to get moved by an internet meme or like loud minority on the internet, and it makes people like it becomes like an echo chamber until people hate something. I'm like, yo, you're not telling me you hated the scene when you saw this. Like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Dude, I was in the theater when that scene happened, and everyone was like, holy shit, like that was amazing. Nobody was like, purple hair lady said this. Like no one booed, no one said anything, but like it was just audible gasp. Wow.
Right. It was a gigantic gasp because you couldn't believe, like, is she about to do it? And then she does it and they show it. And it was a beautiful looking shot.
Yeah. And it was complete silence. Complete fucking silence in that film. No, yo, that's what I'm saying. People allow the echo chamber of the internet or the parts of the internet that they go to. I'm not saying that there's nobody disliked it. I'm just saying that people got really angry. A minority of people got really angry, and it fucking makes people go, yeah, I'm with them. I'm with them. Yeah, I didn't like it either. I'm like, you're lying, dude. You're lying. That scene is fucking great. It's one of the most memorable scenes. It's easily one of the most memorable scenes of that entire trilogy. Let alone it's one of the cooler inventive scenes in a Star Wars movie, period. It is.
Yep.
It is. Using a fucking giant ship to do a suicide run against an Imperial cruiser? Get the fuck out of here. We never saw that. It was incredible.
You never saw that before. And
never.
No one's even thought about it.
Right.
No one's even thought about, like that's the basis for one of these expanded universe books. Is that something traveled out of hyperspace, destroyed a fucking ship, and the debris is going all over the place.
Right, that's the new one, right?
And the Jedi have to kind of come together to try and figure out what to do. Like,
no, but hey, that new book is great, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Funny that. I told you, dude, Star Wars fans are the worst fans. Like they are. They're the worst fans. I hate that they're just doing the same old things. I want something new. Here's something new. Fuck that. I want something old. Like, yeah. And in the same way, and I stand by it, and I don't give a fuck. To the day, I will have it written on my tomb. You motherfuckers did not care about lens flares until a bunch of people on the internet said something. You did not care about that shit. You didn't care about it. You didn't care about J.J. Abrams puts lens flares in everything. I hate it. You didn't give a fuck. You saw that Star Trek movie and everybody loved it. For the most part, everybody loved that movie. And then a couple of assholes online said some shit and people jumped on it like fucking lemons. Yeah, they did. Like lemmings. They absolutely did. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like the internet is just like nobody has any sense of just going, no, actually, I actually like that. Like that was fine. Like, or I just didn't give a fuck about that. You didn't care.
We'll talk a little bit about mob mentality in a question that I'll bring up a little bit later.
I have one.
But next up.
Yep.
A first look at the Netflix Masters of the Universe animated series. Look, Kevin Smith is bringing Masters of the Universe to Netflix. It's going to be available July 23rd, a day after my sister's birthday. Happy birthday!
Yes.
And
that's why they're making it.
Yeah, she's a big He-Man fan.
Right. Obviously.
And they show a bunch of images. Look, not gonna lie, looks great. These still images look great.
They look excellent.
Yeah, they look amazing. And you'll get a bunch of new cosplay ideas. He-Man. But it's from the design team that worked on Castlevania.
Oh, right.
For Netflix, which I'm told I would like, so I'll probably have to watch. And it's ending soon, so now that I know it has a definitive end,
now you can start.
I'll watch it. But yeah, they look good to me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this. I think the oh, there's Orko. I didn't even notice him at first.
Why? Because he's dark.
He's a little floating man. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did he spook you?
No, see, don't do that. Yeah, I think this looks really good. I like the design. I like that they designed the women to have muscle, by the way. That's not a big thing in a lot. I mean, certainly not in the era of cartoons back when this originally came out. So that's kind of dope. Like they're warriors.
Yeah, I'm glad that they look. They got nice capped shoulders.
Yeah, they look like warriors.
Yeah,
You can't be just swinging broadswords and shit and be like, I'm 5 pounds. Like, no, silly.
They don't all look the same.
Yeah, that's
they didn't cheap out on the animation.
Yeah, that's another thing. They actually are not just seemingly palette swapped. So yeah, I'm digging it. Like, I like it. I like I can't remember. Beastman? Yeah, Beastman and Skeletor looks dope. I'm gonna need to know whether or not Skeletor is gonna be a dick. Like, Skeletor's got to be like, that personality can't just be He-Man, I'm evil. Like, no, he's got to also be a prick to his people. Like,
I want to know what Skeletor's gonna sound like.
Yeah, it's key.
They're not gonna be like, yeah, shut up, you boob. Like, they're not gonna have.
No, that's what I want. I'm not watching it. I'm telling you, if the trailer comes out and he doesn't sound like that, I'm not watching it. I'm out.
Curse you, He-Man.
I need him to walk through a magical mirror and then just punch that shit to break it after he goes in. That's what I want from my Skeletor. And I'm interested, like, will they go into the sort of the lore, right? Like, isn't Skeletor, I believe, like He-Man's brother? Or something like that.
You talking to the wrong person.
I think that's true. And like something happens, he gets like corrupted or whatever. And like, that's the whole thing. Where like the original cartoon doesn't like go into that at all. I mean, I'm not even sure that was a part of it when they first ran the cartoon, right? They were just doing.
Yeah, of course not. It was a 20-minute ad.
Yeah, they were just like, buy these toys, you dick. So
they had the toys and it's like, here, make a show around this.
Yeah, actually, that's true. That's exactly what happened. Which is crazy. But yeah, it looks good. I'm down for it, man. I think it looks really dope. All right, movie TV news this week. Dave Bautista is done with playing Drax after Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Which sucks. I mean, but his reasoning is really good, which is basically like, yo, he goes, Drax isn't going anywhere. He just won't be played by this dude. By the time Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out, I'll be 54 years old, for God's sake. Face screaming in fear. I'm expecting everything to start sagging any second now. Yeah, like, yeah, he's going to be 54. Like, how many years is he going to be Drax, dude? He's like a jack dude. Like, you don't want to see Drax with sagging man boobs,
right? You don't want to see, you don't want that. A telltale sign that that Vince McMahon doesn't like your torso is when he makes you wear a shirt with sleeveless arms. You got the biggest arms in the world, but if you don't have like if your stomach don't look right, or if you got like a little bit of gynecomastia, now you walking out there in a vest. Like, you just watch, like, look, you don't watch wrestling, but
no, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, like he's like a bodybuilder guy. Like he loves like looking at big swole cut dudes. And you're not gonna have
bit weird.
I mean, Spencer McMahon, like he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna have Drax in a vest, right?
I mean,
like
you could technically, but yeah. Look, I'm okay with him leaving the role. What I did like is like he's just like, look, Drax can still be in the universe. He's just not gonna be played by me. Like to me, that's a reasonable thing. Like, what, does that character got to die after Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Why? Why? Like, he's a big swole dude who has to like play it sort of like weirdly comedic and kind of dumb, right? Like, yeah, Hollywood is full of guys who could do that. Like, I feel like it's fine. It's fine. So
I do like. I'm a big fan of Dave Bautista, the man. He's
yeah, that dude's all right.
He's a good dude.
Hey man, he's gonna be in what's the name? Knives Out too. So that's dope.
Yeah.
He's been still banging at WB to let him play Bane.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
He's actually Latin? like
no, he's
is he not?
He's not Latin. He's,
Filipino.
Yeah, he's Filipino. He's like white and Filipino.
Oh, okay.
But
which apparently makes Latin. Okay, got
it. Our friend Leonardo, the Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. I'm not mad at that. Also, he would play. I think he would play Bane closer to the animated series, where it was literally a guy in a singlet, with dialogue similar to that of the architect from The Matrix. But he's somebody must have told him he was a dummy early in his life, because he's all about like playing guys that aren't just meatheads, right? Like he wants to be like, he doesn't want.
I get it.
Yeah, I 100% get it, dude. I really do.
I mean, but at the same time, you've said that, like, he's also said that he's built like a silverback gorilla. Like, it's a little hard for us to pick you as a bookworm.
I think that was The Rock.
No, I think they both have said it.
Really? Hold on. I know The Rock has compared.
He definitely has, yeah.
Because I guess the half black in him was asleep that day.
Okay, I'm sorry. He said he says, yeah, he wants to play nuance. He wants to play nuanced characters, even though he has the body of a fucking gorilla. It's what he said.
Okay, all right.
Which is a fair statement. He fucking does. I mean, I would not assume if I saw that guy, I'd be like, I bet he's an intellectual. Like, it's not fair, but it's just not what I would have guessed.
Right. I get trying to break that stereotype.
Absolutely. I'm not mad at him about that. I like Dave Bautista, man. Like, I'm looking forward to Army of the Dead. I think he's gonna be fun in it.
It comes out tomorrow, doesn't it?
No, I thought that comes out like the 24th.
All
right, you check. If it comes out tomorrow, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Next up, and this is my favorite story of the week. 21st. Okay. This is my favorite story. Did you happen to read this?
I did not.
Good. So the scene in Fast 9 where they show they show John Cena take his Mustang and jump it off a cliff, and then the magnet plane comes and grabs it and flies away, and Ludacris is like, they got a magnet plane, right? Like that scene. Well, apparently Justin Lin was in a meeting with other people working on the film, and they're like, okay, that character needs to get from point A to point B across this chasm. How are we going to do it? Right. And they're like trying to come up with an idea. And Justin Lin's son just happened to be with him that day, and he was in the meeting. His son, Okwe, said, yeah, why don't you just make it a magnet plane and like it'll just pick up the car and just, keep flying. And they were all like, damn, that's a good ass idea. And so they did it. Here's the problem. Or not the problem. Here's the part of the story that's hilarious. Justin Lin's son is 12. He's 12 now. So he was like 10. He was like, I don't know, a magnet plane. They were like, fuck it, let's put that shit in a movie, which is hilarious to me. Goes to show you, these movies are just basically movies for little kids.
I mean, look, I would love it if at the end of Fast 10 Part 2 or whatever, you just pan out and it's just Justin Lin's kid playing with Hot Wheels and just using his imagination. Why not? It's a terribly cliched ending. I'm there for it though.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Just like him in the backyard, like magnet plane. Fucking why not? That's all this is. It's insane. It should just be, he like Vin Diesel should just wake up and it's just a fever dream that he had. It's like, holy shit. What? DVD players? How?
What the hell are DVDs?
Right. This is 1990. He just came up with the 2-word solution. Magnet plane. So, yeah, I just thought that was a great story. He was like 10 years old.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think it's very cool that he was just like, fuck it, let's just put it in the movie. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, it doesn't explain Dominic Toretto's solution. I'm just going to crash into this bridge and hope it swings me across. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Magnet plane, now that makes sense. All right, next up, let's talk about the Hollywood Foreign Press. You got this one.
So the Golden Globes are, well, look, let me start off by giving my opinion on the Golden Globes. I've never found the Golden Globes to be worth anything.
No,
right? Like they've always been what you base who the front runners for the Academy Awards will be.
Mm-hmm.
There have always been rumors about the Hollywood Foreign Press. So the Hollywood Foreign Press is just a group of people who really like movies and are, in the press. I won't even call them journalists. They're in the press. And they figured, we like movies so much. What if we created an award so that we could meet celebrities? And that's how the Golden Globes were formed. That's how,
we can apply, right?
Yeah, and I bet we'll get in too, given what we look like. So there's always been rumors about them like taking bribes and
hell yeah. And that's what look. We could do that. Hell yeah. Sounds awesome.
And it just nobody really cares about the Golden Globes. That's just my opinion. No one goes up and you're not going to get the "you like me, you really like me" speech for a Golden Globe.
No.
Right? Like it just doesn't have the history. It doesn't have the cachet, but it's an excuse for celebrity. That's why they let you drink and all that shit, because they want to be like the fun group, right? They're sycophants.
Yeah,
right?
we're the fun Oscars. Yeah. Right.
They're sycophants, right? Well, apparently there are a bunch of racist and sexist pigs also. So the Golden Globes, there was an investigation a while ago. And the Golden Globes committee is only like 80, 90 people.
90.
And
it says about 90.
About 90. I think it's like 87. And there were investigations into them because ain't no people of color there. I won't even say people of color. There are no black people. Like none. Like there's no black person in the Hollywood Foreign Press. Like no black people outside of the United States watch movies and write about it.
Yo, we should really apply to be in the Hollywood Foreign Press. I'm serious. Why not? What the fuck?
So there was an expose there, and at this last award show, they got called out, and they were like, hey, they made sure to bring out, the multicultural team, and they're like, hey, we hear you. We're gonna change it, and we're gonna do better. Scarlett Johansson comes out. She's like, yeah, they do need to change, because I get asked a lot of sexist ass questions when I go on these foreign press tours. Like, and you know, it's, she says in a carefully worded statement, she says the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is an organization that was legitimized by the likes of Harvey Weinstein. Oof. That is not somebody you want to be compared to amass momentum for the Academy, for Academy recognition. As an actor promoting a film, participating in the organization's press conferences, award shows, has often meant facing sexist questions and remarks by certain HFPA members that bordered on sexual harassment. Unless there is necessary fundamental reform within the organization, I believe it is time to take a step back from the HFPA. And she's calling on all of Hollywood to do so.
Here's the thing. Scarlett Johansson, love her or not, like her or not, she's the biggest female actress in the world. She is.
Yeah, man.
She is. She's a $20 million actress, man. She is.
For her to come out and say something like that, it moves the needle. So much so that Amazon Studios chief Jennifer Salk said Amazon had not been working with the Hollywood Foreign Press since these issues were first raised. And like the rest of the industry, we are awaiting a sincere and significant resolution before moving forward. Netflix also is stopping activities with your organization until more meaningful changes are made.
Who else? Who else said something?
Your boy.
That's right. The white goat, Tom Cruise. That's right.
Tom Cruise is like, you know what? I don't even want these motherfuckers.
I don't need that shit.
He is giving back his Golden Globe statues. He has 3 awards, and he's just like, nah, nope. You can take them back. I don't want these things in here. You guys are crazy.
Coming from me. By the way, I'm petitioning. This is my official petition. Tom Cruise gets the real life nickname. He's the White Wolf. Tom Cruise. Come on, man. People need to put some respect on Tom Cruise. I know he's religiously insane. He might be Scientology's Jesus, whatever. There's a lot of crazy people in Hollywood. Fuck that. I love Tom Cruise. Yeah, good. Look, if you want to fix this, look, and they got like 87 members. No, you thought the Oscars was bad? No, come on. The Oscars has like hundreds of members.
And at least like the Oscars has like some cachet to it, right? Like they got the longevity. They got like, people want an Academy Award. They don't necessarily want a Golden Globe.
Like they don't mean as much. Like you said, it's only to line up like who's going to be in the running for an Oscar. That's how I use the Golden Globe. I'm like, all right, who are these people? All right, so they're going to be the ones. All right, got it. That's it. I think
NBC has decided to not air the Golden Globes for 2022.
Wow.
They said, look, we're not going to air it in 2022. You change some things around, maybe we'll air it in 2023.
Are their list of members public?
I don't know. I would imagine that they are. So that leads to another article that I saw in The Guardian. Title, it's not just racism and sexism. The Golden Globes have been sunk by sheer stupidity. And the article talks about, all of the everything that's going on. The Hollywood Foreign Press is famed for having bizarre voting membership of 87 people. Some write for credible publications, but some are a hilarious ragbag of sub-Norma Desmond has-beens with the most reactionary worldviews outside of Mar-a-Lago.
God damn. Like, great value Bill O'Reilly is lighting their ass up in this article.
Freelancers, bit part actors, part-time writers, former beauty queens, bodybuilders. You were joking, we really could apply to be in the Hollywood Foreign Press.
I wasn't joking about actually doing that, though. I'm not kidding.
Well, I mean, we could do it, especially now. They would probably take us.
I'm trying to
and
get
he goes,
bribes, dog. Come on now.
And he talks about bribes, right? Because he's like, in actuality, what the Golden Globes are, they're not really different from the Academy Awards. Like we said, we generally use the Golden Globes to kind of anticipate who will win an Academy Award. But they also take bribes. But bribery is a two-way street, right? Like, somebody's got to be offering the bribe
right,
in order for them to take the bribe. And who's offering that bribe?
Hollywood.
Movie studios.
Right.
Hollywood.
Right.
So is this a case of, like, award shows are dying, right?
They're not interesting.
They just are. Like, people, especially in this day and age, they don't want to see famous people awarding famous people with golden statues, right?
Yeah, it seems absurd.
It seems very pompous, right? And it's for movies that people, like, the average person doesn't watch and all that.
Right.
Like, you hear all that stuff. But is it do you think Hollywood is being genuine, or do you think this is the mob mentality coming because it looks good, right? Like, I believe that certain people are being genuine, right? Mark Ruffalo has always been,
he's a genuine dude.
He's genuine. Scarlett Johansson, I believe she's being genuine.
Yeah, you don't put yourself out there like, yo, that's not like, I don't like the Foreign Press. Yo, that letter is like pretty serious.
I mean, she put the Hollywood Foreign Press and Harvey Weinstein in the same sentence.
No, she ain't fucking around.
She's not messing around with you.
But at the same time, like, I think she's being serious. She's also untouchable. Like, she has hit that part in Hollywood. Like, she's like, I'm just gonna play a Japanese robot. Don't worry about it. I do what I want to do. You going to see this movie, aren't you? Yeah.
But is NBC canceling
that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm not buying that. That's bullshit.
Even your boy Tom Cruise is giving the Golden Globe statues back, just posturing a bit.
Here's the thing. If it were anyone else, I would say yes. But I'm kidding. That's ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. Like, I'm a hypocrite in a lot of ways. I'm not going to just pretend. Like, no. If it was someone else, then definitely. Tom Cruise, no. How dare you? No, it absolutely is. No, he's smart, right? Like, he's clearly getting on the bandwagon early by doing that. But at the same time, like, Tom, like, let's get real. You don't make movies to get awards. That's not why you do it.
Yeah, Tom Cruise don't have, like...
He got 3. He done made 400 movies. He got 3 Golden Globes. Like, who cares, right? One of them was, like, Born on the 4th of July. Nigga, that was 400 years ago. Like, get out of here. Nobody cares, right? He probably got one for Jerry Maguire and, something else. Probably Steel Magnolias, right? I bet that's actually the exact 3.
That's probably the 3, yeah.
Yeah, I bet it is. So, he didn't get it for Mission Impossible 7. Come on. So,
no, I don't think he got it for Vanilla Sky either.
I love that movie. I love that. I do. I love that movie. I do. I love it. I think it's great. You had to wear that mask. Tech support. Look, I like that movie a lot. But anyway, no, I think he's jumping on the bandwagon, right? Like, I think he's doing it early. But yeah, people like Mark Ruffalo are actual political activists, right? Like, they are really at the forefront. I mean, since I've known who he was, when I follow him on social media, he's always talking about environmental things and stuff like that. He never backs down, right? So I just don't see him as being one of those type of guys. I see Tom Cruise as being a very strategic guy, right? Where, like, I could see his manager, I think who is his sister, is like, look, you can just give these back. You don't lose anything, but you gain things, right? You got your big movies coming out. People like you. Like, universally, like, you could say all you want. People universally like Tom Cruise movies. Like, they do, Like you might like, I don't like Tom Cruise, but like, but Mission Impossible. Though. Like people watch his movies. Like he's just that kind of star. So yeah, I do think people like him are just jumping on the bandwagon. NBC canceling it. They're probably like, let's look at the numbers. How much did it cost us to put it on? How much money did it make? We can afford to lose it for a year.
I think this is also the best. Look, award shows are dying. People aren't watching them. This is what a perfect excuse.
Dump
to just get rid of, to just cut the cancer out.
Yeah, cut the bait. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, it's got 87 members. That's ridiculous. 87 to judge all of these movies? No. They don't watch these movies. Like they don't watch them. Come on.
I thought they don't. They don't, dude. They're essentially one step above what we're doing. They're one step above what like people like Campia and Grace Randolph and all those people who get access to that stuff. Like they're like one step above them, and it ain't even like a big step. You know what I mean?
I hope they're a bit of a step above Grace Randolph.
Leave that woman alone, man.
I'm not a fan, yo. I'm not a fan, yo. That woman's an idiot. She's an idiot. I don't see how y'all don't see it. Like sorry. She blocked us on Twitter. I mean, in fairness, what I said, I would have blocked us too. I ain't gonna lie. No, yeah, she's fucking nuts. If you don't mind if you get past the racism, this is a pretty good movie.
What movie was that?
What was Gods of Egypt? That was her actual review. If you can get past the racism, it's a pretty good movie. By the way, even if you can get past the racism, it was a horrible movie. Like
I'm
one,
not a fan of that movie.
yeah, one, you're an idiot for saying that. Two, you're a terrible critic. What the fuck? Come on, man. If you get past the racism. Nigga, Chadwick Boseman was in that movie and was like, this movie is racist. Like, he said the shit. Come on. He was in it. It was like, this is not very good. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. Whatever. People love her, though. I don't get it. Grace Randolph is the Jupiter's legacy of film critics for me. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Yeah. So look, man, I think this article's correct. Yeah, the Golden Globes suck. And I think NBC is smart. Cut bait right now. It's a perfect choice. It's a perfect opportunity, like you said.
Yeah, I don't know. I found it interesting. I watch award shows. This year I didn't really watch them just because of everything that's going on. It's not like I could go out to see movies. So, but yeah, I just the Golden Globes always felt like the GoBots to the Academy Awards Transformers, and it's
I can see that.
If reform is going to happen, great. But I think the Golden Globes needs to retool itself. The Hollywood Foreign Press needs to retool itself from the ground up and get people who are a little more credible than randos, right? Like people who actually study film or have been in movies or. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I found it incredibly interesting. I always like the Schadenfreude is good to me.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Good. You got no black people, but a root on you until you do. Good.
A bitter root.
All right, don't do that. All right. God damn it. All right, what the fuck brought to you by JTD?
This is gross. Gangsters throw 1,000 cockroaches into a restaurant over unpaid debt.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Gangsters? Nah, it wouldn't be the Yakuza. They just murder you.
You're very close.
I'm going the triads, right? This is China.
This is Taiwan.
Okay. All right.
Two gangsters.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not giving enough credit to the triads either. Like those guys will fucking murder you too. Like, what am I?
Yeah, like plus, triad sounds like a really kick-ass name too.
Yeah, it's a cool name for a gang. Absolutely.
Yeah. Two gangsters hurl 1,000 cockroaches into a restaurant in Taipei, Taiwan. The attack on G House Taipei, believed to have been carried out by a criminal gang. It is understood assailants were involved in a financial dispute with the owner. Did they show the video?
No,
right,
no.
I'm looking at the video.
No.
And
will not be clicking that.
Gangsters that wasn't good at all. They just kind of threw it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Taipei Police Commissioner Chen Jiachang said that the incident was likely targeted the restaurant owner, who allegedly owed money to the criminal gang. Chen said that throwing the bag of cockroaches is classified as a violent act and should be punished. Following the attack, G House Taipei announced that the restaurant would be completely sterilized. Well, we got to hurry up and open back up.
No. Oh, God, this really bothers me, man. No, I'd never go in there.
Nah, that shit is gross. Where do you find 1,000 cockroaches? Well, I guess you can go to like some pet store, right?
Cockroach farm or something.
Get like snake food or whatever. What do snakes eat? They eat cockroaches, right?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, that shit is gross, yo.
No, I'm never going to that restaurant.
Nah, never. And what you do is you throw them in the kitchen. Or you throw them on somebody's table. You know what I mean? You see people sitting there and you just go, wow, just throw a bunch of them all over the place. No. That's gross, yo.
Yo, we got to fight. We got to fight, yo. You ruined my restaurant. Because I got to burn that restaurant to the ground. That's the problem. No, that's some serious payback.
Yeah, no. Also, it's pretty unique. I wouldn't have thought about that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's a level of petty behavior. I'm not. I don't have at the forefront of my mind of things.
And it's smart too, right? Because you can't burn down the restaurant as retribution for not getting money, right?
Yeah, no. But you can as the owner. No, as the owner, you have to. From a health perspective,
I never understood, when people were like, you better have my money or I'm going to kill you. I'm like, well, if you kill me,
you still have your money.
Get your money. So
how about I just break your legs?
Right.
Yeah. No, you hurt them. You don't kill them. And you don't destroy the business. That's how they're generating money. Stupid. All right, my story is really bothersome. It's real bothersome, and I immediately apologize. Yin yang fish, a controversial dish.
Japan.
No.
Oh, all right.
Yin yang fish is a controversial fish where the body of the fish is cooked while the head is kept fresh so that it moves its mouth and eyes while it's being eaten. That's fucking disturbing, dude. This is actually in Taiwan. Reportedly, you should click this story. Reportedly invented in the early 2000s by a restaurateur in Taiwan, yin yang fish, also known as dead and alive fish, is definitely not a dish for the faint of heart. It consists of a whole fish, usually carp, whose body has been cooked and covered in sauce, but whose head is maintained raw so that the mouth and eyes will still be moving while it's being eaten.
You're a sicko if you eat this, right?
Right? Yeah. No, dude. This is beyond the pale for me, my nigga. No, yo. And I love whole fish, but the whole thing is cooked. The whole thing.
Yeah, you're a lunatic, right?
Yo, what's wrong with you?
You're one step away from eating a human at this point, right?
Yeah, why not? Keep the head alive while I eat the body. What is wrong with you? No, just eat it. Yeah, this is back in 2007 when photos and videos of the disturbing delicacies started making their way on the internet, it was soon discovered that the dish was the creation of a Taiwanese psycho chef who developed the special technique.
It's moving. Oh my God.
Yo, I can't watch that video. Yo. I can't watch that video, yo.
Oh, it's moving, yo. And like, you know what's fucked up is they're like, it's laying there trying to die, and they take a stick and poke it in the mouth to make it move, to make it like twitch, because the sickos who are about to eat it want to see it living so that it could. Oh yeah, I'm gonna literally eat your heart out and watch you die.
Yeah,
come on, yo, come on, man, come on.
No.
I don't even like hearing the lobsters scream for when we put them in a pot.
No. Didn't you guys order fresh lobsters from Maine or something? You fancy assholes.
Wife did. My wife ordered fresh lobster from Maine.
They came alive.
Hey. Yeah, they're like, hey, here you go. Here's my Father's Day gift to you. Cook it. And,
okay.
And yeah, it was kind of, I was kind of creeped out by it.
Do you have to do the knife into the head? Bah, right? Like to kill it?
Yeah.
That's kind of dope. Okay, that part's cool. But like, you're not like, let me cook it so I keep the head fresh. So when we're eating it, it's like, hey, could you stop? Could you stop? Could you stop? Could you stop? Like, nah, yo, don't do that. I mean, look, I do respect like the cooking technique of it. It's a special technique that you cook the fish fast enough that it doesn't fully die. Like that's kind of an amazing, like who invented, how many fish suffered horribly at the hands of this fucking psychopath chef?
Just so
I don't know.
More fish could suffer horribly.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. Okay, now they tell you how they do it. First, the scales of the live fish are carefully removed without hurting it. How do you know that?
Okay, all right. Let me just peel your skin off.
Right, there's no way for you to know that. The head of the fish was wrapped in a towel with ice cubes, and the body dunked in a wok full of hot oil and fried for about 2 minutes. Then the fish was carefully mounted on a big plate covered with sweet and sour sauce, delicious, and served to diners with a hard enough stomach to enjoy eating it.
Mm.
Nah, yo, I can't click on that video. Everything about everything. That image is gross. Everything about who I am as a person would not allow me to click on that. Like I can't. No.
Yeah. You know what else is gross? Like watching that gill just go as you're about to fucking eat it.
No.
Oh damn.
I love whole fish too. There's a place near my old house. A Thai place that does.
Yeah, it's just called Thai restaurant.
Yeah, it's called Thai restaurant. I was like, this place is going to be awful. Turns out it was amazing. Not an inventive name. If you're ever in Baltimore, Thai restaurant is a fucking great spot. But they do a whole fish. It's incredible. Like it's so fucking good. And it's like a flounder too. It's like a big ass fish. I should get that this weekend. Anyway, trailers this week. Benedetta. This is Paul Verhoeven's new lesbian nun movie. Look, Quiet as Kept. Most people know, like, if you're watching this, most people know Paul Verhoeven from RoboCop, right? Obviously, but Paul Verhoeven is a man who makes movies for adults, like real ass adults. These are not movies for children at all, and I love his movies. They're great. This one seems to be about a nun who meets another nun, and that woman is like very sexual, and they realize that they're very much attracted to each other, and they start sleeping with each other. And this isn't like, I don't know, fucking 18th century type of shit. And so, yeah, they're like, the church is trying to, they suspect something. So the church is trying to basically like burn them at the stake kind of, type of shit. As this is all going on, it looks very good. But again, like if you only know Paul Verhoeven from like RoboCop, do yourself a favor and watch some of his other movies. Like they are fucking intense. Hey, not an easy watch. Great movie. Just trigger warning. Elle is a Paul Verhoeven movie. It's amazing, and it's fucked up. It's about rape, but it's fucked up, but it's a fantastic film. This is a film to me. Like, this looks like a film. So, yeah, Benedetta. So check out the trailer for that. What did you think of the trailer?
Yeah, it looks like a Paul Verhoeven movie.
You seeing it?
There's a healthy amount of sex and violence and a little bit of gore.
Some boob in there. A little bit of boob.
Yeah. It's interesting. I would watch it, but I wouldn't like. I'd have to be in a mood to watch it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very
like
fair.
I can't just run and what. But I like French film.
Right.
I think it's like they don't pull punches.
No.
With a lot of their stuff, especially with their like adult oriented stuff, they don't pull punches. So it does look interesting, but I would watch it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it.
That's fair. Oh, I forgot Paul Verhoeven did Hollow Man. What the fuck?
I kind of like Hollow Man.
You fucking would. Look, I've seen Hollow Man a number of times, and I owned it on DVD. I live in a glass house too, but Hollow Man is not a good movie.
Look, I didn't say that. I said I liked it.
It's ridiculous.
I think it's the most believable story of an invisible man that you could find. Right?
Yeah, a rapist.
Right. Like, but that's what he seems to be like a decent guy, but then what happens when you get the ability to pretty much do whatever you want? The human condition, I think, would be like most people would just take advantage.
Yeah, I'd take advantage. Rape? No.
I mean, look, I'm not raping people.
No, that seems like a lot.
Evil, for God's sakes.
Right.
But yeah, man, fuck, Kevin Bacon's in that movie. Yo.
Yeah. Apparently getting invisibility powers also gives you invulnerability powers. It seems like, he's on fire, right. My nigga. Like, he's dead. Like, nope, still invisible. Like, okay. Wow. Yeah, Benedetta is his first movie since Elle. Oof. Elle is Elle is a great movie. Isabelle Huppert. Ugh, she's incredible in that movie. No joke. Next up, Georgetown. This is with Christoph Waltz. Boy, does this trailer go in a way that I did not imagine. This is, so it looks like Christoph Waltz is playing like a con man of sorts.
Yeah.
So it says an ambitious social climber becomes the main suspect in his wealthy and much older wife's death. It's based on the true story of the murder of Viola Herms Drath. So yeah, okay. But yeah, it looks really good. And I think it's actually directed by Waltz, which is interesting too. Yeah, he's actually directing this as well. Yeah, it looks really fun. And Christoph Waltz is, he has just a way about him that he's just works. Charming. Yes. But also like slightly schmarmy. Like, and you're like, am I supposed to trust this guy?
Yeah, he's got like charm and charisma. But he can, but I hate to sound like this, but I think it's the accent.
Yeah, it is.
It's like nobody, I don't know, man, but whatever he's doing, it works.
Yeah.
And, this looks like a real interesting role for him. Like this guy's popular movie roles are quite varied, right?
He's a great actor.
He's a pretty good actor, man. Like I enjoy Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
And I would definitely I would watch this movie on digital in a work week. All right.
I'm looking at his filmography. It's wild. It's wild. His first movie was Inglourious Bastards.
That don't sound right. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but
2009.
Wow.
But then he did The Green Hornet.
Yeah, he was the villain in The Green Hornet.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Wow. No, that's a selected filmography.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was
oh,
about
okay.
to say,
Okay.
that don't make sense at all.
I thought he was around longer. That's what I was like. 2000. Okay, 2009. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Yeah, he's been around since 79. I apologize. Yeah, like don't start in the Green Hornet era of this guy's career. That's fucked up.
I mean, they want to do the movies that people know him from. You know what I mean?
I get it, but come
and
on,
even
man.
the ones that people know him from, like, there's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So he's going to be in No Time to Die. Kind of wish I didn't see that.
Yeah. I figured that was coming. No, he's in a trailer.
Is he? It's been so long.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in a trailer. He's in jail. Look, next two movies, that we're going to talk about in trailers. These are, forgive us for a moment while we transition from normal Jay and Micah into dads, because that's what these two next movies are all about. So I put them back to back. The first one is Kevin Hart's new movie coming out on Netflix called Fatherhood, which is seemingly a dumb Kevin Hart movie, but boy, is that not correct. Is Kevin Hart actually like taking on a pretty serious role, which he plays a dad to a little baby girl, and his wife dies, I assume maybe in childbirth. And he is stuck to raise this little girl by himself. And then it's like him trying to make it. And it's got some comedic moments or whatever, but it's also got some like pretty heartfelt moments as well.
Yeah.
I like this turn for him. Because I think if given a chance, he could probably pull this off. I look forward to watching this.
Yeah, I look forward to watching this. I kind of want to review this on Black on Black Cinema so that we can get deep into it.
Yeah.
But my early thoughts are this looks interesting. He's kind of tried to do slightly more serious roles in only a couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like The Upside is a role that is a comedy drama. I never got a chance to see that, but it was a something like this. And I think that he has the capability of pulling it off.
Mm-hmm.
I think comedians, there's something about them that they can tap into empathy when they need to.
Mm-hmm. He's also a dad.
Whereas it doesn't work the other way around, I don't think. Not very well. It's hard for dramatic actors to be funny.
Yo, comedy is real hard. Comedy is brutal. It's brutal. And you have to have a way to look at yourself in such a self-deprecating way to do comedy. Right. And I think when you can look at how fucked up you are, if you can kind of self-reflect and look inward and say, oh, okay, I'm really fucked up in these very specific ways, then you can turn that to drama, right? You can say, all right, this is what it's like to be a dad. This is what it's like to lose somebody. This is what it's like, I think he can. I'm hoping he nails it. I really am. Cause I'd like to see him get a little bit more range. Cause I feel like his comedy movies are generally pretty one note.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm actually really looking forward to this movie.
Yeah. So
I was like, oof. All right, Kevin. I need help. I was like, oh damn.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. When I guess his mom or whatever was like, like you can't do this by yourself, and he was like, you're right, I can't, but I have to. I was like, all right, why am I feeling the emotions that I'm feeling watching this trailer? Yeah, like I get it. Like I get it. And, you know, I guess I have the unique perspective of, you know, being a dad to a little girl. So it's like, yeah, like I get it. So yeah, I'm rooting for him. Like I really am. I'm rooting for him to really nail this. Next up, Stillwater. Again, a trailer that started in a way that, like, because I didn't know anything about this movie.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Like, I don't care about hillbilly Matt Damon. Like, what am I watching here? And it was like, oh, okay, that's the story? Wow. Okay, I'm very interested in this. So it's Matt Damon doing his best. They took our Gerbs impression. And he, you know, he's like, bunch of this necklace says Stillwater on it. At the airport, I thought it was nice or whatever. And I'm like, oh God, what is this fucking bullshit?
I was like, what the fuck is Matt Damon doing playing a shit kicking oil rigger?
Right. Like
from Oklahoma.
Like, is he going to is he going to get shot onto an asteroid? Is that what's happening? Like, what are we doing here? But then you come to find out that the story is that I guess there's somewhere in the Middle East, and his young daughter, you know, like of teenage age, is in jail because she's a lesbian and she fell in love with, you know, an Arab young girl as well.
They're in France, by the way.
Oh, they're in France. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Okay. So playing to the Muslim divide in France. Oh, that's super interesting then. Well, she gets locked away because that girl ends up dead, right? And so I guess it's an interesting, like, double fish out of water situation, right? Here's Matt Damon trying to get his daughter out, you know, trying to figure out how to prove his daughter's innocence, in France, but also in the French Muslim community. Whereas, so he doesn't fit in French community because he's a shit kicking oil rigger, right? Just got back from an asteroid. And now he's in France. So that's weird. And then he's also a white guy trying to blend in and trying to find answers inside the Muslim community. Like that's crazy. Also, the girl, his daughter was with, so this woman's a lesbian too, which is also probably horribly frowned upon, right? So yeah, there's like these multiple layers of communities that he's outside of. That's super fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah. This, I saw this and you know, once I got past the fact that it's Matt Damon, I got into it. This feels like a movie that this is a dad movie, right?
Oh,
like,
it's 100% a dad movie.
This is a movie that is catered to a specific audience called dads. And it is, and it is, and you know, sometimes dad movies like get a bad rap, like dad jokes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Yo, we all know what a dad movie is. It's usually a middle-aged white guy coming in to fix everybody's problems.
Right.
But God damn it if it doesn't work.
Yeah, look, a daughter's last hope. I'm like a father's only chance. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the shit out of this movie, man.
Yeah, yo.
But I mean, you know why? Look, here's the number one reason that you're gonna go see this movie, because at the end of the day, you watch this trailer and you put yourself in Matt Damon's fucking shit kicking American shoes, and you go, "What would I do if this was my kid?" And you go to the ends of the earth for your kid. That's it. And I'm like, press play. I'll see it.
And you know, like, in case it didn't hit you on the head, right? He's an oil rigger, right? He's got a Joe job that's incredibly hard.
Right.
He's from middle America.
Right.
And he's a Caucasian male. Like, come on, yo. Like that, like the only thing that doesn't make him generic is the fact that he has a goatee and hair instead of just a bald, clean shaven, create a character look.
No. I mean, I disagree. I think his look is pretty great a character. But yes, a bald head is like, put things on it. It's like a Mr. Potato Head start pack. But yeah, no, this looks very good. It
does, man.
It looks good.
I'm gonna watch it, yo.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of this. Father's only chance. I was like, God damn it, you're right.
It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, I did kind of love the part where she's like, "You're sounding really American right now." I am American, God damn it. I was like, yeah, you tell him that.
Yeah, there's a reason that scene is in the trailer.
Yeah, just in case you think he ain't from England. He's from America, goddamn it. You think this A's on my head? Like, for a reason.
You think this A on my head stands for France?
Like, no, it's an A.
Yeah. Mark Miller wrote that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about like Mark Miller being hit or miss. Like that shit was a miss.
It's like Captain America would never say that. But in fairness, that was Ultimate Universe Cap, who was for the most part the same, but also kind of a dick. So yeah, all right, Stillwater. I'm all in. I'm all in for that dad movie, and I'm all in for fatherhood. God damn it. New trailer for The Green Knight. Look, I am really excited for this. I think this looks very interesting. I think it looks different, which I think is important, especially when it comes to King Arthur type films, right? This is in the King Arthur universe. The logline for this is a fantasy adventure based on the Arthurian legend. The Green Knight tells the story of Sir Gawain, King Arthur's headstrong nephew, who embarks on the quest to confront a gigantic green-skinned stranger. So, yeah, looks cool to me. I kind of love that Dave Patel gets to be in this.
Don't call him
I'm sorry, Dev Patel. No,
Dave Patel.
Yeah, yeah, that's his American name, Dave Patel. Excuse me, Dev Patel. That he gets to play this type of role. That's dope, especially as a South Asian guy. Like that. That's very cool. And I like him a lot.
I'm happy for him. I'm not going to watch this.
No,
I don't give a damn about Arthurian lore. I just don't. I've never seen Excalibur. I've never seen
Excalibur's dope.
You know what I saw? I saw that one Antoine Fuqua movie.
Joe, don't do that. Don't do that.
Was it.
Don't do that.
All right, I don't need to see any more of these. I'm done.
Yo, that's not fair. Like that's really not.
I can't even remember the name of the movie.
The one with Keira Knightley
and Ewan Rutherford. Well, I'll find it, but it wasn't. It didn't do anything for me.
No, that's not fair, yo. Yeah, it was called King Arthur, dude. That's the one with with Clive Owen as King. All right, that was. I saw that shit in theaters. It was not good. I kind of like it.
Nah.
Yeah, if I recall, that was the thing. Is on the cover they gave Keira Knightley bigger boobs. They photoshopped it. It's like, it's Keira Knightley. Boobs are not her thing. They just not. It's all right. But yeah, they felt the need to do that. It was stupid. The Forever Purge.
This is some trash you don't like.
Yeah, I do.
Fuck out of here with this stupid ass.
Nah, this is look. No, yo, see, you're a racist. Okay, you're a racist. You're a meat-eating racist. This movie, the first Purge, was a return to form.
The Black Purge.
Yeah,
and this is the Brown Purge.
Yeah, this is the Latin Purge. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Latin folks, look,
I'm fine with the concept. I think that everybody deserves a trash movie, no matter what. So I am all about equal opportunity when it comes to doling out trash movies from trash franchises that speak directly to that community.
Yep,
I'm
absolutely.
100% about it.
Yeah, so the premise for this is, the purge ends, and these people are like, oh, it's over, we made it. And these other guys come in there like, purge ain't over. This is the forever purge.
This fuck the forever purge. Like, all right,
fuck the rules. This is a white man's land, goddammit.
Like, you just really wanted to say the name of the movie, and that nope, just the forever purge.
Yeah, and they always have like quad bikes with like machine guns. Like, where do they always find them? So yeah, you find out this like Latin community is being tortured by these crazy white people who are just like, yeah, it's time for the forever purge. Let's kill Mexicans or whatever. And then these Latin folks are like, nah, fuck that. We're fighting back, And it's a ragtag group of folks getting together. And this is the last Purge movie, by the way, from my understanding. This is the end of
This is going to be the last one?
Yeah.
Nope, not anymore. Not with all the Asian people getting assaulted for no reason. You gotta squeeze out one more.
All right. Let's.
You gotta squeeze it. You got the black purge. You got the brown purge. You gotta have a yellow purge.
Okay,
and
now
the other purge was the white purge.
Okay, now. Purge. Yeah, it was rich purge, like rich white people purge, right? And then basically the first three were like the white purge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're going to do the yellow purge, as you call it, what? Okay, so you got the first purge, you got the forever purge. What name are you gonna give the
yellow purge?
Yeah.
The yellow peril purge. I don't know. You put me on the spot. I can't think.
Yeah, do like a math joke or
no. That's too easy. Like, I don't know, because forever purge doesn't really
make sense,
and first purge doesn't really. Well, the first purge only makes sense because it's a prequel, right?
Yeah.
But forever purge is just something. Nope, just the forever purge now. Like,
wing ding diddly dee.
All right, Stillwater, calm down.
I need to find my daughter. I'm American, goddammit.
You gotta have a yellow purge.
Yeah, I feel like you're right.
And then you gotta have one more. You cannot. And the way this franchise is gone,
you got it.
You cannot. You have to have the red purge, right? The purge for the red man. You gotta have a Native American.
Oh, I like that
purge. Fuck yeah. And I mean, like, playing to them fucking stereotypes, I want to see some fucking scalps.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Like, we are taking our country back. Happy 4th of July.
I kind of like the idea of ending the purge. Like, the hero of the last purge movie is a Native American.
Hell yeah. Man.
Like, taking our country back from the new founding fathers. Come on, dude. That's kind of dope. Like,
and poison them with smallpox. Like, really fucking
yeah.
Like, shit ain't subtle.
I mean, nothing about this franchise is subtle. It's not.
Lay it on thick.
Yeah.
Lay it on thick.
I do feel like, so this is the last
I'm not your fucking mascot bitch, and then just fucking kill the owner. Well, I won't say kill.
No.
Owner, but like, scalp the owner of the Washington football team.
The Washington football team. But I think that if this is truly the last one, like, you got to deal with the founding fathers, right? Like, you got to kill them and take the country fully back. You can't leave this universe as just the purge happens every year. Fuck that. Like, the whole point is that has to come to an end so that, like, people can go back to normal.
Exactly.
Yeah, because there was a whole thing in one of the movies where it was like a group of people fighting back against the purge. Like, they were trying to take down the founding fathers. Like, they were like a whole organization. Like, that should be like, those people should, like, lead this brown purge, like, lead those people to the promised land of, like, DC to murder those, like, murder the bad guys. That would be dope.
I think I might be a racist, because I think I just kind of talked myself into watching the Forever Purge because
yeah, come on. This is what I'm saying. Do you want to watch these movies? They're ridiculous.
My first Purge was the first Purge. That's the one. That's the first one that I sat through from front to back.
It's pretty good though. I know you didn't like it.
I enjoyed it well enough. It was fun. And no. When I say the first Purge, I mean the film, the first.
No,
Purge.
I know what you mean. We did it on Black Cinema.
Yeah, that was the first one that I sat through front to back, and I actually, I kind of like it. I'm down with the brown man's Purge.
Yeah,
but the first three were like the white man's Purge, and I
like the first one. The first one was a cool premise. It didn't like really hit. The second one was better. I don't think I've ever seen I've never seen Election Year. I need to watch that one. Then I saw the first Purge, and then I'll see this one. So yeah,
I think I talked myself into watching Forever Purge now.
I watched the show. Like I watched the first season of the show. I haven't finished the second season. The acting is not the best, but it's pretty fun in concept wise. So yeah, the second season's all about what happens the day after the Purge. Like that's actually super interesting. Like they show the end of the Purge, and then it really kind of gets into like, why did these people try to kill us? And like, how do you deal with your neighbors who tried to murder you yesterday? Like, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, like, would you like to explain your actions? Like, no, not really. Fuck you. All right, here's the trailer we almost forgot to talk about. Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
We really did forget to put this on the docket. Like, we weren't just like shitting on the movie. We'll do that now, but I legit forgot about this movie.
I also wrote down the wrong title just now. I wrote There Will Be Carnage. Apparently it's Let There Be Carnage. Okay. Hey, here's my first criticism of this trailer. The movie should be called Venom Maximum Carnage. Just saying.
Yeah, but you'll get more people saying where's Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's a big part of that, because Spider-Man is a big part of why these two things exist.
Right.
Look, I didn't watch the first Venom. It's not that I hate these characters. I don't hate Venom and I don't hate Carnage. I just they fall into the Wolverine trap of just being overhyped.
Yeah.
And they're so very 90s. Like they're so very 90s to me. Which isn't a bad thing, but it's just not for me. I don't appreciate the voiceover of Cletus when he's talking about heroes not coming and then he smashes a spider. Well, whose fucking fault is that, dude? Nobody told these movies to exist without Spider-Man. I don't, I understand that Venom is, lately has been done pretty well in the comics.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't hate Venom. I don't hate Carnage. I just doing these movies without Spider-Man, even as a passing mention, is weird to me. And I know things don't have to follow the books and all that. Like this can be its own thing, but I'm not a fan of these characters without Spider-Man.
Right.
Like, why am I watching these if that's my thing? And look, it's personal preference, right? That would be like making a movie about Tombstone, the albino gangster from Harlem. Who cares? Like, if he's not fighting Spider-Man, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. This movie looks like the first movie.
And look, for a lot of people, that's going to be exactly what they want to hear. There's a lot of people like that first movie.
I really want you to watch the first movie because I hear you, and I'm not gonna stress it to you. But I think it's so incredibly bad that I would love to hear your honest opinion. Like, I don't understand how people like that movie. That movie feels like the quality of Ghost Rider, the first one.
Wow.
Like, you know, that era of comic book movies where it's like, these are just really not good. And, you know, you're rooting for it because you want to see Ghost Rider done well on screen, or you want to see, you know, Elektra done well. It's not. It's like fundamentally is not done well.
Yeah. You comparing these movies to movies of the mid 2000s is not a good sign. Because the mid 2000s was a wild time when it came to movies. Like, The Matrix came out, and then everybody thought that, like, everybody took the wrong things from The Matrix and just made movies around that, right? They put everybody in trench coats and glasses, and thought that that's what people wanted to see because The Matrix did so well, and everybody was a fucking edgelord, like.
I get it. They're trying to make this a little bit lighter and maybe a little bit more fun. And it's not that the first movie like took itself like really that seriously, but this is just, I don't know. Like I'm not, it feels very forgettable. And that's exactly what happened this week when we were preparing for the show. Like,
we literally forgot that this movie trailer came out. Yo.
Yeah. Like it just, there's nothing about this trailer that I found to be like, wow, this is something I really need to see or anything. Like, I will see this if we have a screener for it. I'm not seeing this if we don't. I'm not. I don't care. I just don't care. If we get a screener for it, sure, I'll review it. But like, the last thing I'm going to do is like, I'm not giving my money to this. No, absolutely not.
Well, people, I saw some people, dissecting the trailer saying, you know, oh, there are Avengers references into it. So
no, there isn't.
Venom in the MCU confirmed.
Yo, they took a scene of a newspaper being opened and they were like, this word is Avengers. And people were like, it could also be like the word passengers. It could be like, it could be other words. Like, I think they've all but, like, yeah, that's like a real thing people did. I think they've all but said this, which is the Venom universe or the Sony part of the Marvel universe can reference things in the MCU, but not the reverse. So, yeah, like, sure, Venom is as much in the MCU as, like, I don't know, as much as the, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is in the MCU. It's not really. Like,
also, I don't know if, like, Cletus Cassidy is like Cletus Cassidy is like a psycho, right? Like, he's like Rorschach and the Joker combined, right? Like, I don't know if I'm necessarily getting that from Woody Harrelson. Like, I know when everybody saw Woody Harrelson was going to be Cletus Cassidy, everybody kind of like had visions in their head of what type of performance he could give. And I'm not seeing it. Now, this is just a trailer, but I'm not seeing it. Like, he seems a bit too like, oh, I'm just a little too calm. Like, nah, yo, like, this guy's a fucking lunatic, dude. Like, that's why his name is Carnage. Like, he is a character that is traditionally just like chaos, to the point where Spider-Man and Venom have to team up to stop him at one point, right? Like, and Venom can't stand Spider-Man, but Carnage is such a threat that the two of them have to come together. And I'm not necessarily getting that, but it's just a trailer. You know, and I guess I got no right talking about, you know, performances and stuff like that since I haven't seen the first movie, and you know, I probably won't see this one. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about this.
Yeah, no thanks. No, I think it looks bad. It's just forgettable. Like, it feels like another mid 2000s comic book movie. No, I'm good. I don't need it. I'll watch Stillwater again. So
murder my daughter.
what'd you think of that ending for Mayor of Easttown before we leave?
Yeah, I enjoy that show. I had a feeling because they were talking about that character way too much, so I was like, well, this character's probably still alive. I enjoy the show. I can kind of I'm predicting things that happen in the show a little too well. Like the person giving the ransom was like, I got this person and you better give me $5,000 to see her again.
Like $5,000.
$5,000. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to a crackhead, guys. That's a lot of money to a crackhead. That's what I told my wife. And she was like, well, maybe. I was like, nah, yo.
Nah, you asked for like 30, 40, 50 grand, 100
you
grand.
Don't ask for $5,000. Like, I don't care how middle class East Town is. You ask for more money. This is a person's life.
Yeah, give me $5 grand. Yeah, because you can buy like 12 8-balls with it and you'd be done. That's
right.
That's those crackhead dreams.
What are you gonna put a down payment on a motorcycle? With that? Like, come on, yo. Like, what are you doing?
That's hilarious. Down payment on a motorcycle. It's true.
So, but yeah, I'm still enjoying it, but I need some more episodes to hit like episode 2 hit. Episode 2 hit real good.
Yeah.
And now they've kind of settled into their groove, and I kind of need something to happen.
All right. Well, I don't, let's see, it's 7 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's 7 episodes.
Yeah, and we're jumping into
just saw 4. So
right. So we're jumping into episode 5. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Any clues on who the killer is? I have no.
No, I don't know. I don't know yet. I think I'll have a really good guess after episode 5.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll just be like, "This is the killer." Like, it's that guy.
Yeah, I'm always bad at these things.
Yeah.
And if I can guess the killer, then
your show sucks.
I don't know. Yeah, your show stinks.
Your show stinks. It's not idiot proof. All right. I don't know, dude. All right, that's it for us. We will see you guys next week.
Happy Mass Effect Legendary Edition Day.
Oh, did it come out today?
It will come out in 8 minutes.
Oh, excellent. I want to buy it. That's all I can say about that. I want to buy it. Probably won't, but I want to buy it. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.